All right, so this is the two-hit wheel balancer. So a couple of things when you unbox it that you're gonna need to be aware of is much like the ER75 and 72 series, this wheel guard will be in the down position with a zip tie. So of course you need to cut the zip tie, and you'll need to remove this 19mm bolt back here on this rubber stopper. So what you do is you remove that, okay, then you cut the zip tie, bring it up so that the hinge is on the other side of the bolt, and then place this bolt right back in once the wheel guard is in the upright position. So that's the first thing you're gonna need to do here, okay? And then also right here while we're at the back, we wanna look at the regulator back here. So it will not have the air fitting. It will have this one from us here at the factory, or it'll have a different one. But if needed, of course, they're gonna have to put the one that matches whatever coupler they have on their air supply. So this is very, very simple. You just back the fitting out, grab the new nipple or fitting, put some Teflon on it, rethread it nice and tight, snug, and it's ready to go. This air regulator is already set for pressure, so then no need to adjust anything here. Okay, so next, of course, this is pneumatic locking. So once you have air going to it, you have the wheel guard up. This thing is fully assembled. Now there may be times to where, again, depending on the production run, that sonar may or may not be placed on the machine. Okay, now I'm referring to the run-out sonar back here. If it is not placed on the machine, there are two bolts that hold it in place. So there's a black bracket back here. So this bracket right in here is held in place with these two silver bolts right in here. They're 15mm or 13, just depending on which size here. That'll be one of those two sizes, but it's just held in place by two bolts. It'll already have the the little rivets built into the cabinet. So all you need to do is under here at the bottom side is there's these two silver bolts down here that you'll need to place. Okay, so once you do that, this thing is ready to go. It's already wired and run inside. No need to connect it or open the weigh tray. All you do is mount it, bolt it up, get it nice and tight. Okay. Now, once you've done that, that's it as far as assembly. Okay, that's the only thing you really need to do to assemble it. So once you got the machine assembled, at that point, of course, grab your wheel, work the pneumatic shaft, so that mounts up just like all of our other balancers. Okay. Now, once you have it mounted, you're going to be here at the home screen. This is the screen when you first turn on the balancer, the screen you're going to get to when you first turn it on. So you need to select what correction method you're going to do. In this case, I have an aluminum wheel. Okay. So this button right here is for my aluminum wheels. So we have two stick-on weights that I'll be using to balance this wheel. But you have four other options here, okay? You have clip if you're doing a steel wheel where you're gonna hammer a weight on the outside, on the inside, and then on the outside as well. Okay, and then you have the ones that aren't too common, which is this one right here, where you're hammering on one on the outside and hanging a weight on the, hanging a weight on the inside, clip on, and a stick-on weight on the outside. Okay, that one's not very common, but if you're gonna do it, that's the button here. This one right here is if you're going to do one stick-on weight inside and one stick-on weight again on the face of the wheel. Not very common. Okay, and then this option here is common, where you do one clip-on weight on the inside and then one stick-on weight closer to the face of the wheel. Okay, and then as I described, you have your two stick-on weights on the inside. So these three are going to be the most common ones. These two over here, this one right there. These are seldomly used, but of course, if a customer asks, you want to be able to explain what they do. Okay, now again, I'm going to select the one I have, which is this one here, two stick-on weights. And all you have to do here is line up the dot with the line. Very, very simple. So literally just rotate the wheel. And as you can see inside, right here, we have our dot. Okay, so as I rotate this will follow. Okay, as so. Now, if you lose it, you may have gone back too far. Not a big deal. So all you have to do is rotate it, okay, like this. So line it up. Okay, once the laser dot is on the laser line, just hit it. Okay, it's going to register that dimension. So at this point, now we need to tell the machine where my first weight is going to go. So same concept here. I'm going to rotate until I'm where I want to place my weight. In this case, right here. Okay, I'm going to hit it again. Okay. Sometimes it takes a secondary hit, just depending on how much pressure you put on there. Okay. Now we're going to address where our second location is going to go. So at this point, there's the laser dot. I can rotate this how I need to place my other weight. Okay. Hit it. And now in this case, now the machine's telling me to lower my wheel guard so its sonar can take a measurement. So I'm going to close it. It's going to spin up and take my imbalance. Now, in that first spin, it's going to, of course, take my imbalance. And it's going to slow the RPM down here in a second so it can take an a run-out measurement using the EMS sonar back here. So all in one spin, took the imbalance and also did my run-out. Okay. So here I have both weights that's going to take to balance this wheel. In this case, over here on the right-hand side. So it's already locked in, the square in the green with the green indicator over here. It's telling me 1 ounce. So if you look inside the wheel, LED light turns on to light up the workspace and the laser dots turns on as well. So I would place my weight to the right and center of that laser dot. Now again, this is just a sample weight here, not an actual 1 ounce weight, but you would actually apply it like this. Okay, you would place the weight to the right and center of the laser dot. Incorrect would be this method right here, or anything like this, or like that. Okay, the right way would be laser on the left, weight on the right, line it up with the center. Okay, now you can either spin this by hand, or you can push the button right here, either one of the two, and it's going to rotate to the other side. Okay, now we're here on the inside, 1 3/4, right over here where I marked it when I took my measurements. Same thing here, weight to the right, laser to the left, and center. Okay, stick both weights on, close the wheel guard, and zero this thing out. Okay, and that'll zero it out to 0. Okay, nice, easy, super simple. Okay, now we'll explain some of the features and other benefits here. So if you push the I, it's just going to show you what I just showed you, which is how to use that laser pointer. Okay. All right. This is split. That is, you can only split the weight on the right-hand side. That's really the only one people will ever split when you're doing a stick-on weight. So right now I'm going to go to 1 ounce. If you look, I am behind or between 2 spokes. This one has very, very small, fine spokes. But in the event I wanted to split it, what I would do is push and hold this button right here on the screen, and then rotate the wheel until the laser dot is behind the spoke I want to use. Once it is, I release. Okay. Once I release, the screen will change and it'll tell me up or down. Okay. In this case, I have an up arrow. Okay. It could vary. It could say up, could say down. If it's up towards the back of the machine. If it says down, it's down towards me, the operator. So I'm going to go up. Okay. Until the laser dot is behind spoke number 2. Okay. In this case, it is. So then I hit split again. Okay. And now I have weight right here behind spoke number 2. And if I move it and rotate it, okay, I can go back to my other spoke where I selected, and now I have 2 indicators over here, so there's my other weight right there. And that's how you would do a split on an aluminum wheel, again, closer to the face of the spokes over there. This button right here is just the auto approach, so if you want the machine to rotate automatically to the other location, weight location for you, it's this button here. This will manually engage or disengage the brake when you tap it, okay, and our menu button down here. Now, getting into runout. Here's our runout screen here. Okay, so we tap that. Here we have a graph with a horizontal and vertical axes here. So we have 0, okay, right there in the middle, up to +2, down to -2 millimeters, and then 0 to 360, which is in degrees, which makes a full circle. Okay, so as you start rotating this wheel, okay, you can start to trace the high spot and low spots on this tire. Wherever the crosshair is on the orange-yellow line, that is where the 12 o'clock live reading will be. So in this case, here is a high spot right in here. And then I have a low spot right here, 12 o'clock. Okay, same thing as I trace this line. So in a nutshell, that's how you would interpret your actual number, the actual live reading right in here. Okay, so that's the runout. Right now, you can also enable the hub match. As you can see, I don't think it's turned on right now. Not a big deal. I would hit menu. I'd go to set up balancing. Okay, and then here you can change what things that are on or off. It's actually in setup. So I'm going to go down in here. I'm going to go into my eccentricity setting. Okay, hub match is off, as you can see. So if you find yourself in a situation, just turn it on. Okay, right here. Or if you, for whatever reason, don't want to use it, you can turn it off. You hit the back button, click the X. Hub match is now enabled. Okay, and it's this gray dot right here on the sidewall of the tire. So as I rotate this around, okay, as you guys may be familiar with the hub match fundamentals here, you rotate it around so the gray dot lines up with the vertical stripe right in here next to the H. And here is where you would index the tire at 12 o'clock, and of course follow the hub match protocols from there. Okay, and in a nutshell, that's basically the 2-hit. No manual movement of the arms here. It is equipped with the pneumatic locking. It does have the auto adaptive technology, just like our other balancers. It has auto approach, like our other balancers as well, and of course the runout sonar with splits function, just like our other balancers also have.